Pisces, welcome back to Intuitive Energies. My name is Jane, and today I'm doing your magic reading for today. Yes, I am. Alright, so the cards that came out for today were your effortless effort is fully required, and then you have the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. And I feel that when these came out in the beginning of the week, I felt like it was meet me in the middle. That's what it felt like. I felt like this card in the middle was going like, just meet me in the middle of things. Instead of the Knight of Cups, which is, you know, grandly emotional and gesturing, and the Knight of Pentacles, who can sometimes get stuck in the details. It's the happy medium of the two. And with this card coming out with it, I feel that it's saying the same thing. It's like, it should be effortless somewhat. You know, there should be like something to resolve, an action to take, and then you take it. You know, it's kind of a flowing sort of action. It shouldn't be always butting your head up against the wall. If you have dealt with everything that you were supposed to deal with, in other words, all of the lessons that you were supposed to get and the wisdom, then this should start becoming easier for you. You should be able to, first of all, notice the extremes very, very clearly. As you're walking around, looking around you, should notice the extremes. And there's great examples of it right now. And just kind of observe and say, well, you know, if maybe they tried this, maybe that wouldn't be as bad. You know, if you tried finding like solutions or middle ground or something where people could start working towards the middle, you'll see that if people could just open up to that, there'd be a lot more being accomplished, okay? And that is definitely the way you want to be thinking, and it's the way that you want to be moving in your own life as well. All right, so let's see here. It says, it's a complete paradox, right? How can you provide effortless effort? It says, when you play with the cosmic concepts, you encounter this. You'll start to develop a sense when to push and when to allow. And there's a dance of action and surrendering, of doing and being. And what you're hearing in the background is the wind coming through the window. Very windy today. Okay, so putting your full heart and 100% effort into something, you're actually winning. Putting in the work, if it's from a true place of meaning, and we were talking about that yesterday. If you haven't seen that reading, go ahead and watch it. Okay? Is itself your reward. So from a true place of meaning, that's your reward. It's like being paid twice. Okay? It's, let's say you do a job for money, but you're doing it from the heart. It's like there's no downside to it. Okay? So it's only detachment to results that create disappointments, frustration, and depression. Think about it. When you have expectations and they're not met, you're upset. And if you're waiting on outside praise and recognition, you're always going to be beholden to it. So it's great to get praise. It's usually a good indication that you're doing something right, but you shouldn't thrive on it just to have it, because then you're, when that happens, you're not dealing with an insecurity within yourself to being validated, okay? So, and by having no attachment to what you're doing and being, that's an effortless movement, right? You have no attachments except that you love doing what you're doing. Your full effortlessness is also required because we're all in this together. What is called for now is a solution for everyone, every sentient being, every stakeholder on the planet. Okay, so this is like a state of flow. And this is your magic, okay? All of these things that you're dealing with, that you've been like figuring out and going through and, you know, beating your head on the wall, it's to get you to deal with so that you can be in this state more and more and more every single day, okay? Now, there's no perfection. We're all going to have days, okay? Because that's the one thing of being part of a specific religion, that I felt that I was always failing, because they preach and preach and preach, and they preach perfection, okay? Your perfection right here is to have more days that you're less in effort than more days than you are effortless than you are in effort, I would say, okay? So that's what you're working towards, and it will never not be a struggle, because we're here to deal with all kinds of struggle, okay? Even if it isn't your own, even if it's people around you, you're going to always be trying to figure things out. So don't be too hard on yourself. Just know that this is your magic, Okay? So I said I would use the numerology yesterday, or wanted to, so I'm going to use it today. There you go. And I'm also going to use the yarn tarot, because I said I was going to use it yesterday, and then I said no. So I'm going to use it today. The yarn tarot I have associated to my grandmother. And as they say in French here, some people call their grandmother ma mère. My ma mère. And I will call her in. She's very smart. She was always so smart. So knowing, you know? Okay. So you have karmic completion. See? This is what I mean. Everything that you do, you're karmically completing or closing out a cycle. And that's what you need to be doing. That's what you need to be. And there's just a touch of green here on this card. It's like a dark forest green. Okay? So I feel it's more like related to the tree, with the heart chakra, but with the tree. It's like rooting the foundation to this tree in love. Okay? Let's just leave it like that, because there's a lot of green going on here. Okay? That's an indication. A 10, the root, the red, the root chakra, healing the boo-boos, the hurts, the pain. 10, the cycle, the wheel of fortune. Okay? Change, movement, in a good direction, in a better direction. Oh, there's a lot that do say, think, oh, okay, this one. Physical activity. Okay. What I heard when this card came out, especially with the purple, the 6 and the 7 is 13-4. Stability. Stability of the physical body is what I'm hearing. And it's also shifting of the energy. You might be just sitting around too long. I feel like it's not sitting around. I don't want to, I don't want to say, hey, you're lazy, get up. I mean, like, you need to change. You need to let the energy flow in and out of your body, and you do that by movement. It's more than exercise. It's actually more like, that's why they recommend dancing, okay? Because it flows. It's the body and the spirit, they work together. You're only as good, you can only be as good as you maintain the vehicle you're in. So this is a vehicle for your spirit. So if you're feeling a little bit stiff, or just, not able to get out of whatever it is you are in, it may be time to just move, okay? Swimming is good. Walking, slow, doesn't need to be fast. Dancing, always recommend. I don't know. There's just so many things you can do, but just move, okay? Just move. Movement will help, okay? Even if it's 5 minutes. Even I've had sore baths, so sometimes it's like I can't do more than 5 minutes, but just the act of getting up, walking around, looking at something, going to a different room, going outside for a minute, coming back, it helps everything, okay? And music helps you forget. If you have music on, you can just sway. Swaying helps. It's just moving the energy through your body. Make sure that you do that. Yeah, they're giving me the connection of the Knight of Cups, who I find is a very sexual knight. I know it's going to sound weird, but in sex is a lot of movement. So he is the, for me, the Knight of Cups, he's that, that Casanova. In other words, there's a lot of hanky-panky going on, so there's a lot of movement, okay? Your body moves a lot most of the time when you're in that kind of mood, okay? And what happens with that is there's a lot of physical activity coming in with it, but it may be a little too much, okay? You know what I mean? The excess emotion, excess sex, or whatever. This is the happy medium. This is between the Knight of Pentacles, who's sitting on his horse and just kind of, not moving, but walking forward, as we see it in the Light Seers Tarot, and all the knights. They're sitting, and they're just kind of, the horse is walking really slowly. So there's not much movement. This one, there's a lot of movement. This is the medium, the middle of the road. The beginning of movement, the introducing back of physical activity in your body to just be aware. If you have a job where you're thinking a lot in your brain and you're sitting and you're just, I don't know, you're just not, you're stagnating where you are, is what they're telling me. So just get up and move. The 4, okay, 67, 13, 1 plus 3 is 4. It's the bringing the stability. I feel like it's strengthening your legs to stand on it, to build a foundation. That's what they're showing me. So just do it. It's good advice for everybody, and even myself, I forget, because I sit here and then I do, and then I do other stuff, and then it's like, get up, get up, get up, get up. When I worked 11 years at the other job, I didn't get up a lot. So it was, yeah, it was, I stagnated a lot in more ways than one. So don't do that to yourself, okay? Give yourself a good balance of everything. A good balance of work, a good balance of movement. Like I said, it doesn't have to be super nuts or anything. You just do what feels good, okay? All right, so the High Priestess, there you go. I like that this card was right here. It's also the cover, and it's the, I do consider my grandmother a High Priestess of sorts, okay? She is the first vision that I had as a light worker. I was getting operated, and I woke up, and I was having a hard time to breathe with the tubes and stuff in. And when my eyes closed, she had just died, I think, a couple months before, and she was sitting right beside me holding my hand. She looked at me and she says, just breathe, you'll be fine. And I was, of course I was, I'm here. So she was the first, I called her Angel, she was dressed all in white, that I had come to me. And it was nice to see her. This woman was so smart that the weekend that she passed away, I was in college at the time, she told me, just before I left for college, she says, I've had a good run here. This is how she put it. I've had a good run here, and my time is done. It's time for me to go. And I got really upset. I was 19, and I thought, you can't leave me. And no, you can't go. And by the Monday, she was gone. So, like I said, she knew, I don't know, she just knew, you know? She was that person. So to me, she had it. She had it in spades. And if I have any kind of, if anything spiritual was passed down, I do believe it was from her. Right? 2 of Wands. Okay. So, 2. Contemplating. Okay. I love the 2 of Wands, and it's come out yesterday as well. I feel that it's the card of choice and potential. It's like the threshold of seeing both sides of the story always. You're planning, right? These are the 2 sides. You see the extremes. The idea is to find the middle, okay? The middle here, okay? The bright idea that's coming through. You can see all the brilliant energy coming out of it, okay? And committing yourself to a new direction. And that's what makes it effortless. It's the effort that you're doing is to look at things and then make them into something different. Okay? 2 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, really, we're usually 2 of Pentacles. We're the jugglers, we look at things, but in this case we're adding the contemplation of the Wands, that beautiful fire energy of the year that's helping propel us in the direction that we need to be going. Yeah. Otherwise, you can end up burdening yourself really quickly if you don't have this gift of sifting through things. Oh, it got really quiet. The wind just completely died down. I love it when it does that. It's almost like part of a movie, right? It's like, what's going to happen? All right. So this part right here, okay, is letting you know that if you let these things accumulate either way, in other words, if you're stagnant, not moving, not having enough physical activity, you kind of slow off and pause to a point where you're not moving anymore. And if you move too fast, you're missing half the things and you're trying to do too many things at once. So you have to find that as my mother used to say, that happy medium, that middle of the road. There's that Knight of Wands. So there's a Knight showing up in the middle of these two. Okay, and I'm going to say this Knight is coming in to say this is the challenge. This is the big challenge, because the Knight of Wands for me is like the yeah, there's something to be dealt with, and it's not always apparent because the Knight is younger than the King. He doesn't always have the idea, and he doesn't usually stay long in one place, and he can be a little bit reckless and temperamental, but he's very good at profitable networking and communication, and he's very adventurous and ambitious, so, and a little bit of a risk taker. But you have to juggle all of these together, Pisces. You really have to juggle all of these, okay? We have all the Knights. So much action, like they just want to, you know, they want to get things done. That's what I get with the Knights. They really want to get things done. You have the Ten of Pentacles. I'm going to put it right beside the Ten of Wands. Again, you're going there, but you got to be careful not to be going there from there. All roads lead to somewhere. But do you really want to take all roads? Or do you want to take the one that's going to help you the most? Okay. All right. So, let's see here. Oh, why do you go? Of course, there's the Tower. I don't know. I should just leave it on the floor, shouldn't I? Let's see here. The Tower. Douche. Okay. I like the fact, again, they're putting in that there's two people coming out. Okay. And I feel, well, we're going to put it up here again. We're going to put these over here. Meet the challenge. Get your 10 of Pentacles. We're going to put it next to the Knights. Do you see my Knights here? Do you see my Knights? I do. I see my Knights here. They're both being ousted. They're both being ousted out of the Tower. Okay? See? The light blue one and the more earth color one, okay, the browns. You see that? They're both being ousted out. Get the hell out. Okay, you've had your day. That doesn't work. We need something new. Absolutely. And you could even say that the Knight of Wands is right here. There's the fire coming in, okay? It's like a destruction of these to create something new. So just keep that in mind. Extremes are a clear indication that there's room for adapting that. If you don't have anything to look at, if it's not an actual trigger to make you heal something, then you know there's something left there for you to try to adapt, to figure out. There's that 10. There's that Wheel of Fortune underneath. Okay. The 10's coming out. 10, 10, 10. And the 9 of Swords, right. Too much activity, not enough activity, a lot of anxiety. Because one leaves you to think about it, and the other one has you moving so fast that you, it's like you realize you missed a whole bunch of stuff. It's too fast, too slow. Too fast, too slow. Okay. What you need here is a horse of a different color. And it's a white horse of transformation. Which is death. Which is telling you time to transition the old into the new, and the Wheel of Fortune still underneath the deck. Okay. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. And by the way, this is also 4. Death is 13. 1 plus 3 is 4. 1 plus 3 is 4. So they're telling you, in order to build a stability, You know what? And there's 4 horses, there's 4 knights. The other one didn't come out yet, which is the Knight of Swords. It wouldn't surprise me if he did come out. But I feel like they're telling me that you have to take all those 4 and just adapt them to what you need. Take a little bit of all, okay? A little bit of passion, a little bit of like sure-footedness and progress, you know, of long-lasting, thought-out things. It's being well thought out, meeting up with the challenges and having the courage to follow through with the Knight of Swords. And having that the wind is coming in, that chariot type energy leading you to it. Okay? Good Lord, look at it. Can you hear it? And my window's really open, okay? There's a lot of wind coming in, Pisces. Alright. Come on in if you want to. Wind, you're invited to the party. Why not? Wind of change. Is that what you want me to say? Wind of change? It's going to sweep in a change. It's going to clear the air. There you go. Look. It got super quiet again. Alright, so I'm going to take the wisdom of the Oracle. Let's see here what comes out. Peace.